who was convicted of 10-year-old drug charge. I can't even speak right now. Hey guys, it's Kasera, and today I have for you my January week 4 reading vlog. Started on this vlog, I just wanted to announce that I launched my Bookstagram profile on Instagram. I've never been on Instagram before, so I'm really excited for it. And I've only posted one post. If you guys want details on that, check the description. I'm going to be putting my link for Instagram in all of my videos so you guys can follow me there. And without further ado, let's get into the vlog. Hey guys, it is Sunday, January 20th. I'm getting ready right now, so my hair is still wet, so don't mind the hair. So last night, I ended up finishing Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I read this on audiobook. I still don't really know what to think of it. I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. It reminded me a lot of The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. So if you've read that book, it kind of talks about like this mystical power, sort of. It's really kind of hard to wrap your head around and even believe. So it's similar to that in a way, but then there's also a lot of really good information about people like Andrew Carnegie and Henry Ford and stuff like that. That was just very interesting and helpful. It has really good success principles in it. There is also a section that talks about sexual energy in a weird way. So it's a little bit of a weird book. It's also definitely a product of its time. It is not politically correct at all. If you are sensitive to those sort of things, it'll definitely get you upset every once in a while. But overall, I did enjoy it. It's one of those books that to really wrap my head around, probably gonna have to read it again. So I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. After that, I decided to start another nonfiction audiobook. I love reading nonfiction audiobooks. So I started Orange is the New Black by Piper Kerman. So obviously this is well known for the Netflix series, and I've seen like the first season of the Netflix series, but I thought I would read the book because I thought that would be more true to life, I guess, because it's nonfiction. The Netflix series is a fictionalized version of it. And so far, I actually really like the book. It's not written like nonfiction. It's definitely written like fiction. So it's written like a story, which I appreciate. To me, at least in the beginning, it's a lot more optimistic about the prison system, or at least the prisoners in the prison system. I haven't gotten very far into it, and I probably will read more of it today. So far, I'm liking it. Just a quick update on the books that I'm currently reading. I'm currently reading Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb, which I'm definitely enjoying. I'm also reading Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. I'm almost halfway through it now, maybe not quite. I'm reading Great Expectations by Charles Dickens, which was my unwrapped book for last week. My unwrapped book for this week is Born by Jeff Vandermeer, so I will be getting to that later in the week. Hey guys, it is Monday, January 21st. Before I get into the books, I just wanted to mention I'm going to change up how I'm doing my reading vlogs just a little bit. Before I was checking in with you guys in the evening time, I decided to check in with you in the morning time instead, because in the evening time, when I get home, I'm tired and I'm slow. Like, I'm so slow. It is painful during the editing process, the amount of micro pauses that I have to edit out just to make the video watchable. So I'm definitely going to be checking with you in the morning time when I'm just more energetic and I can actually find the words that I want to say. So for the reading, I didn't do a whole lot of reading yesterday. I was at work, so I didn't end up reading too much. I did get a little bit more of Orange is the New Black, actually a lot more of Orange is the New Black read by Piper Kerman. This is a memoir about a middle-class white woman who is convicted of 10-year-old drug charges and is sentenced to 50 months in a federal penitentiary. I just picked this book up on audio because it's a nonfiction book and I'm really into the physical books that I'm reading right now, so I didn't want to pick up another fiction book, but I still need something to listen to like during the quiet times that I'm just like not doing anything or just like at work when I'm bored. So that's why I picked up this audiobook. So far I'm really liking it. It's not that different from the TV show, at least the first season. The first season's very similar. There are definitely some characters that are like a little bit more outrageous in the TV show than they are in the book, but overall I'm really enjoying it. Also yesterday I did get a little bit of Ship of Magic read. I don't have it on me right now, but I read a little bit more of Ship of Magic, and so far, every time I pick up this book, I just want to continue reading it, but it's so long that I can't just sit down and read it. I have other things to do. So yeah, I really like it. I don't want to say too much because spoilers everywhere. At this point, like, I'm more than 100 pages into the book. It's an 800-page book, so it's like still the beginning, but at the same time, I don't want to give spoilers to you guys who actually do want to read it. I do think I might do a book talk on this one, if not on just the first book, then on the trilogy, in which I'll go into all the spoilery details and stuff. That will be a while in coming, because like I said, I still have another 700 pages in this book to read. Hey guys, it is Wednesday, January 22nd. I'm doing this update from my regular setup because I was filming my audiobook guide for beginners today, which will actually be up before this video, so I will link that down below for you guys. But I didn't check in with you guys yesterday because I was really busy and didn't get around to it, but I am really liking all the books that I'm reading. I'm currently not really into audiobooks, which is weird for me. I'm usually very into audiobooks, but I think the reason why is because I'm just really into the physical books that I'm reading. So first, I want to talk about Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb. I know I said I wouldn't say very much about this book, but I want to talk about something, and I think I can do it without spoilers. So we have this character named Kyle, who is an antagonist. So one of our main characters is Althea, who is the daughter of the captain of the live ship. Althea has a deep connection with the ship, and the ship is going to be quickened soon. So the live ship needs 3 generations of death to be quickened to become sentient, basically. Althea's father's death will be the 3rd death, and the live ship will be sentient. And Althea has created this connection with the ship, and you need someone who is blood related to the family on the ship to be able to sail the ship. As far as she's concerned, it's her ship and she will inherit the ship, but her father gives the captain to Kyle, who is her brother-in-law. So her sister's husband is captaining the ship. Her sister is not on the ship, but her sister husband is captaining the ship, and the first time we meet Kyle, he's basically telling Althea that he's going to throw her off the ship and bring his son on board instead as the family blood relative on the ship. So we start off not liking Kyle very much. Like, he sounds like a horrible person and everything about him is horrible. And I didn't like him at all. But I didn't like not liking him, if that makes any sense. But I'm about 200 pages in now, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna be one of those characters that I love to hate, because we kind of start getting to see some things from his perspective. It makes sense, his logic works, but it's completely wrong. Like, he's one of those characters I'm just like, I understand how you think. I don't like it, but I completely understand it. But you're so ignorant and naive of the situation, you don't know what you're doing. But at the same time, I understand why you're doing what you're doing, and I still hate you for it though. Like, he's one of those characters, but he's also one of those characters that I know people are gonna be reading this book and siding with him because of the way he's written. So, the characters in this book, I just really, really love the characters in this book. It's hard to explain, but very much into this book right now. And of course, we have Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. This is another one that I've just been really, really into. I'm on page 223 now. So this one is more the plot that intrigues me than the characters. I have no idea what's gonna happen, and it scares me that I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure people are gonna die. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a war. The political stuff that is happening is just crazy here. Like, one of the things that happened is there is, I guess, a station in space. So there's kind of this emerging war between the belt, which is like space stations outside of the solar system in the outer belt, and with Mars, which, because people live on Mars. And of course there's also Earth, which is kind of the neutral party. Earth owns one of these space stations in the belt. They just disowned that station, basically. So one of the quotes that I thought was really interesting: you've got a pit bull on one side of you and a Rottweiler on the other. The first thing you do is drop your steak. Oh, that was just, it's hilarious because, like, it's a great metaphor for what's happening, but at the same time, you're likening millions of people to a steak. It's heartbreaking. in some ways and still somehow extremely funny in other ways. I really love this book right now. It is so hard to read anything else with these two books. So I think that is why I'm just really not into audiobooks. I haven't read any of Great Expectations at all. I haven't read any of Fire and Blood. I have not gotten to Born, which is my unwrapped book for this week. So hopefully I can get to that later. But yeah, it's really good right now. I'm really enjoying myself. But I'm not getting to the things I said I would do. Hopefully I will get to them eventually. I'm hoping to finish Leviathan Wakes soon over the next couple of days, and Ship of Magic will take me into next week because it's just a much larger book. There's like 800 pages. Leviathan Wakes only has 500 pages, and I have the audiobook to supplement Leviathan Wakes also, so definitely finishing that one soon. When I finish that one, I can get to Born, which is my unwrapped.
Hey guys, it is Thursday, January 24th. I apologize in advance for the lighting and the sound. I'm at my parents' house right now, so I don't have the same background. I don't have any of the setup that I normally have. Last night I continued on with Leviathan Wakes. I'm like more than halfway done with it now. I'm really far into it. I am definitely really loving it. I don't want to say too much about it because it'll definitely be lots of spoilers now, but so good. So good. But I realized that it might take me a little bit longer to finish Leviathan Wakes than I wanted to. I still think that I will finish it by the end of the week. I decided to start Born by Jeff Vandermeer. This is a new weird sci-fi, and when they said weird, they definitely meant weird. It is definitely really weird. It's set in this post-apocalyptic world following the main character of Rachel, who lives in a cave with her boyfriend named Wick. For some reason, reading from Rachel's perspective, I never think of her as a Rachel, like, because it's written in first person, so it says I, it doesn't say Rachel. For some reason, she doesn't read like a Rachel. I keep thinking that they're like a gay couple, which I mean, I would be fine with, but they're not a gay couple. Her name's Rachel, she's a woman. But for some reason, when I'm reading from her perspective, I think she's a guy. That's weird, but that's not the weird part. So they live in a post-apocalyptic city, and there was this company that worked in bioengineering. Basically, they're engineering animals into doing different things. So there was this giant bear named Mord, who was kind of a murderer, but now it is humongous and it can fly, and she is climbing on top of Mord to get supplies, because when he rummages through things stick to him so that they can get more supplies when they do it that way. And she finds a little like purple ball stuck to him and takes it home as a pet and names it Born. And the purple ball grows and it changes and it eats a lot of things. It has a little bit of a personality, though it hasn't started communicating yet. It's definitely weird. Definitely interesting though, and I'm excited to see where this goes. It's a really easy to read, so I don't think I'll have a problem with this book. To keep it, I need to be at 164 by the end of the week. I'm pretty sure that won't be a problem. I might even just finish the book because it's pretty short. It's not.
January 25th, and it's nighttime, obviously, so I'm failing at my goal of checking in with you guys in the morning times. I spent most of my reading time today trying to continue on with Born by Jeff Vandermeer. I'm not really enjoying it though. I only read 20 pages today. I have 52 pages that I need to read by the end of tomorrow in order to keep this book, and I honestly don't know if that's gonna happen. I'm really just slugging through this book. I'm having difficulty with it. I really don't like the way that it's written, because it's very much written like it's being told to you, even though it's kind of not, but it's framed in a way like it's being told to you. So I feel like the author is telling me things rather than being alongside the characters as they're going through the story, which is how I like to read my books. So I'm having trouble with the way that it's written, and it's also just, it's just very weird, and I really don't like it. So I don't really like the writing style. I don't really like the world. It's a little pessimistic to me, but I still think it's a cool concept, and I would like to eventually read this book all the way through, but I don't know if that's going to be this week. I feel like this might be my first DNF from my wrapped books, which I'm not very happy about because I thought this would be a good one, but I'm hoping that I will at least get through 50% of it by Saturday so that I can DNF it but still keep it, because I can do that with 12 books, and I haven't done it with any books this month yet. So I'm hoping that I can at least finish the last 52 pages of this. But honestly, if I don't,
I'm not that torn up about unhauling this one. Yesterday, I read like about 100 pages of Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb. I'm pretty far into it now. I'm on page 280 and I am loving this book so much. I'm about to read this right after I check in with you guys, and I don't want to pick up anything else right now. There's just so much drama. The live ship Paragon is one of my favorite people right now, if you can call him a person, because he's technically a ship and not a person, but whatever, it's fine. He's one of my favorite characters. The family drama between Kyle and Althea, I live for it right now. Like, I cannot put this book down whenever I pick it up. I have such a hard time. Like, I'll start reading, then I'll look at the clock and realize that I should have gone to bed like 3 hours ago. Yeah, so I will definitely be finishing this book before the end of the month, and I might do a full book talk on it because I know I'm gonna want to talk about this one for a little while afterwards. Last but not least, we have Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. I'm also almost done with this one. So I am right here on page 366. I've gotten pretty far into this one as well, and I'm really enjoying this one also. I'm hoping to finish this one by tomorrow. It's about 200 pages that I'll have to read, but unlike Born, which there's 50 pages, and I'm not sure that's gonna happen, I definitely think I can get Leviathan Wakes done tomorrow. I have a lot of time tomorrow in which I'll be able to read audiobooks, and I have the audiobook for this one, and even though I hadn't really planned to read this one on audio too much, I probably will read this one rather than my other audiobooks, just because I'm more interested in this one right now. But I'm not gonna continue on with it tonight because I'm really excited about Ship of Magic. Before I go, I just wanted to mention with Born, I think the reason why I'm not enjoying it as much as I wanted to is because I'm reading those other books that I'm really enjoying and are probably both going to be 5 stars. So this one's just a little bit harder for me to get into, not necessarily because I won't like it eventually, but because I'm just liking other things a lot more right now.
So it is Saturday, January 26th. The first thing I want to talk about is Born by Jeff Vandermeer. I did not even attempt to continue with this book today. I've decided that it's going to be a DNF, which I'm not happy about. But I'm just not interested in it. And it's a little too weird for me. I don't really like the writing style. I don't really like any of the characters. And I really don't see where the plot's going. So I don't see the reason to keep this book. So this is my unwrapped book for this week. And it's gonna be an unhaul, unfortunately. Also, I read quite a bit more for Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb last night. I am 368 pages in now. Oh my gosh. I still really love this book. I can't say anything without spoilers, but I really love this book. I really hope to finish it before the end of the month. I only have one more week and 400 something pages left in this book, but I think I can do it. This is gonna be my main goal for the rest of the month. I'm reading like 100 pages a day, so it shouldn't be a problem, but still, it's a lot, but it's so good. So good. And the last update I have for you guys is for Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. I actually finished this book today. Oh my gosh. I finished it today and I loved it. I ended up giving it 5 stars and it was so good, and I'm so ready to pick up the next book in the series already. I don't know if I'm gonna do a review or anything like that on this one, but if you guys are interested, let me know down below and I'll post a review or a book talk on it, because I don't know if I can talk about this book without spoilers. It was really good. So for this week, I finished 2, sort of 3, but kind of 2 books this week. On Sunday, I finished Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I ended up giving this book 4.5 stars. It has a lot of really great ideas, but just the way it's written and the ending gets really weird. This is a self-help book, by the way, talking about how to gain more money, basically, in business. It talks a lot about Andrew Carnegie and the rich people during that era and how they gained their business, including Henry Ford and some of the other ones. It was definitely very informative, but at the same time, the ending got really weird. It gets really weird towards the end, so just be aware of that. But I still really liked it, and it's definitely gonna need a reread because it's definitely one of those that you have to reread a couple of times to really understand what it's talking about. The second book I finished this week is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So I've been listening to the Harry Potter series on audiobook as I'm falling asleep, so I'm not actively trying to read these books. I'm just passively listening to them as I'm falling asleep. I finally finished Harry Potter and Sorcerer's Stone Wednesday of this week, and this is one of my favorite series ever, so obviously I gave it 5 stars. I absolutely enjoyed it. Highly recommend the audiobooks. The audiobooks are really, really good for this one. So yeah, I liked it. And of course, we've already talked about Leviathan Wakes by James S. A. Corey. Absolutely, absolutely loved this book and cannot wait to get to the next one in the series. Okay, so the only thing I have left to do is unwrap my book for next week. So last week's book did not work out because I ended up unwrapping a book and then immediately unhauling it. And then the book that I decided to read ended up unhauling that one as well. So I'm hoping this week is better. Let's see what it is. So I got The Black Company by Glenn Cook. This is a grimdark fantasy novel. This is the first book in the Black Company series. This is a series that I've been trying to get into, but haven't actually tried starting. So I'm excited for it. I'm also not excited for it because if I don't finish it, then I have to get rid of it, and I don't really want to. There's only like 300 pages in this first book though, so I think I can get into the first 150 pages. So we'll see how this goes. So I'm not gonna be having a vlog for the next week because I'm gonna be having all my January wrap-ups and my February TBRs coming out soon. So be sure to look out for those, and I will see you in like 2 weeks time for the February week 1 reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I post videos every Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, so consider subscribing. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up to support my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! I forgot his name now. Wick.